Spirit Sports Consultants presents
NFL Week 18 all-game picks. Happy New Year, everybody. We had to wait for this one. Make sure we saw what the Lions were going to do on Monday night. Now we have a clear understanding that NFC North is going to be decided in that key Sunday night football matchup. Looking forward to that. 13-3 for Week 17. Can we continue? Let's see. Let's see what we have for the picks. We're going to start off with a game that's not as important for the playoff picture. Rams have already clinched. And so it's very likely they'll be resting their starters. That's going to be a common theme for this video. You're going to see that. We're going to put out cautionary picks because we don't know who's playing all their starters. For this one, we would have to imagine the Rams with a looming matchup with either the Vikings or the Lions, the team that ends up as the 5th seed. Can't imagine the Rams would risk Matthew Stafford and other starters like the Seahawks here, 27-17. 49ers at the Cardinals. 49ers, of course, with that disappointing season coming off. You might call it the Super Bowl hangover. Just so many injuries. But in the game against the Lions, they really put forth a great effort right there up to the end. Brock Purdy, a couple of key interceptions, cost them the game. And this one, we think the Cardinals are going to be more focused. Looked like Purdy got injured, so we'll take the Cardinals here in a close one, 24-21. The Giants at the Eagles. Again, questions remain. Who's going to be playing? And then for the Giants, they're up there. Currently, we think they're up for the number 4 pick. It seems to be a weird tiebreaker who's got what pick. We think the Eagles are going to play enough of their starters, especially on defense, to take care of business here, 27-17 over the G-Men. And before we continue, if you would, just join our channel. And if you like this video or find it useful, like it and then subscribe. We provide weekly NFL picks, highlights, and sports travel. Thank you. Saints at the Bucks. Can the Saints play spoiler in this tough NFC South division matchup? The Bucks dominated the Panthers. We think they're the better team in the NFC South, but Michael Penix looked great against the Commanders. This is going to be interesting. We think the Bucks are going to defend the home turf here, take care of business, 21-4. Dolphins at the Jets. Dolphins still mathematically alive. They need for the Broncos to lose to get in as that 7th spot. We're not sure what the quarterback situation is going to look like. We still think they're going to have enough to take care of the New York Jets, who clearly aren't playing for anything. Question is whether Rodgers will return next year. Chargers at the Raiders. Chargers locked into that 6th spot for the playoffs in the AFC. The Raiders have been playing great lately, winning their last 2. Hopefully Antonio Pierce will be back for another full season. I think they need to get a good draft pick and then rebuild that team. We think the Raiders will win this one. Again, the overall theme, resting starters for the Chargers. Chiefs at the Broncos in a battle for that number 7 spot. Battle on the Broncos side. The Chiefs, of course, have already secured the overall number 1 seed with that great season that they have had. We think the Chiefs will rest their starters. That's the only common sense thing to do. Maybe Mahomes plays a little bit. I doubt it. So we think the Broncos will take this 24-17, end up getting into the playoffs as the 7th seed. Great year by Bo Nix. Jags at the Colts, of course, 2 teams rebuilding for 2025. Not sure who's going to be playing at quarterback. We do think whether it's Anthony Richardson or Joe Flacco, the Colts have the better option at quarterback, of course, being at home. Indoor situation, indoor stadium, tough for the visiting crowd. We like the Colts here, 27-20. Again, comes down to who's playing. We can't imagine they're resting too many starters in this one. Similarly, with another AFC South division matchup, the Texans locked into the 4th spot. Can't improve their situation against the former Oilers Titans. We think that the Texans will be resting most of their starters. Give C.J. Stroud a break. There was a tough stretch there. A lot of games in a few days. I think the Titans will ultimately take this one due to the fact the Texans are resting their starters. Like the Titans here, 17-14 over the Texans. Browns at the Ravens, the new Browns versus the old Browns. We think that Lamar Jackson needs this win to secure the AFC North. Clearly, you want that 3 seed, put you in a great spot as opposed to the 5. We think that they will do that here against the Browns. We like the Baltimore Ravens here, 27-17 over the Browns. Since the Ravens are likely going to be playing their starters, they can't rest and assume that Pittsburgh won't win. We like them here, 27-17. Bengals at the Steelers. Of course, Steelers still have a shot at the AFC North title, as we just mentioned, if the Ravens lose and they can win against Cincinnati. But boy, Joey B and the Bengals are playing great. Looks like they have a shot, still remote, to get that 7 seed. We think, again, we said it already, we think the Broncos will win that game over the Chiefs and lock it up. We think the Bengals are going to come out here and fight hard. We like them beating the Steelers 28-17 for temporarily stay alive. Panthers at the Falcons again. The Falcons alive in the NFC South. They own the tiebreaker with the Bucks, but they're 1 game behind. So if the Bucks win, Bucks are in. If the Bucks lose and the Falcons can win here, they are in as NFC South champions. That'd be a great story for Michael Penix, who took over a few weeks back, had a great game against the Commanders. That tying touchdown pass was unbelievable. Really great precision, accuracy for a rookie quarterback. We like the Falcons here, 28-21 on their home turf over the Panthers, but ultimately we think the Bucs will take the NFC South. Bears at the Packers. Not sure if the Packers can improve their positioning much. We think they are one of the stealth teams that enter the NFC playoffs. We know it's top heavy with the Lions and the Vikings. We'll look out for the Packers if they're fully healthy. We think they'll handle the Bears here rather easily, 21-14 at home as they go into the playoffs. Again, look out for these guys in the first round. Bills at the Patriots. Again, this comes down to who's going to play. Bills locked into the two. Patriots with that scary injury to Drake May, quarterback of the future. Do you really want to risk your quarterback of the future in a meaningless final game of the season or rebuild for 2025? We think they might rest him. So we think it's going to kind of be a slow, defensive, ugly game. We like the Bills here 17-14. Vikings at the Lions in the marquee matchup of the week, effectively the NFC North title game and the game that will decide who gets the number one seed in the NFC. We truly think it's unfair that the loser will end up as the 5, but that's the way the seeding works in the NFL. So let's look at these two teams. First, let's start with the Vikings. Sam Darnold, unbelievable MVP caliber year, but we truly think that's the effect of head coach Kevin O'Connell, who's done a wonderful job. In our opinion, it's not even close who should get coach of the year. We love Dan Campbell, but what the Vikings have done, what O'Connell has done with that team, not considered even a threat to do anything this year, is just marvelous. On the other side, his defensive coordinator, Brian Flores, has been incredible too. That defense has been unpredictable. They really made Green Bay look ordinary with those complex looks, schemes, changing what he did in the prior matchup. Just brilliant. And then when we look at these two teams, unfortunately for Vikings fans, we know we picked against you last week. We're going to hold to that. We think the Lions are just a little bit better, and we think with home field, that is a key edge. The fans at Ford Field are crazy, just like you guys are at Minnesota. We think these two teams are that close. We have to pick one. We're picking the Lions here 28-24 at home over the Vikes. Commanders at the Cowboys, and how impressive of a rookie season has Jaden Daniels had. We go back to in the preseason, we were saying he was the number one quarterback in the draft. We thought the Bears should have taken him. Worked out well for the Commanders. Very similar to what happened with Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud last season. The Texans were beneficiaries of that. As a Texans fan, I would make a C.J. Stroud for Jaden Daniels trade right now. No offense, C.J. Jaden Daniels is just playing out of his mind. He's just got that combination of the running ability, passing. He just seems to be that leader that we think could take them far in the playoffs this season. Bad luck for them. It's a tough NFC. But for this game, we don't think they're going to rest all their stars. They'll probably rest most of them. Should be enough to beat the Cowboys here 21-17 to get ready for the playoffs.
That's all for this time. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to sharing our future videos with you.